Ronnie said it was fine, and he understood. Ronnie was escorted to the room, and they told Ronnie and Christopher that they had as much time as they needed. Christopher pointed to the digital recorder on the table and asked if they were going to leave it there, and they told him yes. The door was shut for privacy, but still had the key in the lock. Ronnie asked Christopher if he was going to tell him what was going on. He told his dad he failed the polygraph. He said they are going He said they are going on. He told his dad he failed the polygraph. He said they are not going to let me go. Oh God. He said they are not going to let me go. Ronnie asked if there was a reason they would not let him go. Christopher said the police knew he had an affair. Ronnie asked if he was going to tell him what happened. Christopher told him when he and Shanann had a conversation that morning, it was emotional as they talked about the separation. Christopher said he went downstairs and then told his dad, I don't want to protect her. I don't want to protect her. But I don't know what else to say. Ronnie asked him what happened, and Christopher replied she hurt them. He said, and then I freaked out and hurt her. His dad asked him if that was when Shanann took the girls and left. He said, they were. Ronnie said, talk to me and tell me what happened. Christopher whispered, she smothered them. They were smothered. Ronnie immediately said, they what? He answered, she strangled them. They were smothered. Ronnie answered, she smothered them? Or choking them? Christopher replied by saying, like, I didn't hear anything. When I was downstairs, I came back up and they were gone. I don't know, like me talking to her about that, talking to her about the separation, everything about, like, I don't know, like, what else to say, like, because I freaked out and I did the same thing to fucking her. Those were my kids. Ronnie asked if Shanann freaked out over the separation as he was leaving for work. Christopher said Shanann laid back down when he went downstairs, but he heard a little commotion upstairs and didn't think much about it. When he went back upstairs, he saw Shanann on top of Celeste. Oh my goodness. Ronnie said, was she choking Celeste? And did Shanann kill Celeste? He said they were blue. Ronnie asked both of them, and Christopher said yes. Ronnie asked if Shanann choked both of them to death. And he said, I freaked out and did the same fucking thing to her. Ronnie said, oh my God. Christopher said he didn't call the police about what happened. Ronnie said, so then what'd you do? Haul the bodies off or something? Christopher said he didn't know what else to do and freaked out. Ronnie reiterated that Shanann choked both Bella and Celeste to death and he lost it and choked Shanann. What's up with the choked word? So weird. And Christopher said, that's just, it's rage. Yeah, right, he said he wasn't in a rage, remember? He told his dad he was sorry, and Ronnie said, I know you were sorry. What? Christopher said he knew Shanann knew in her heart about his affair, but she was waiting for him to admit it. He said he believed Shanann just lost it because she knew he was cheating and he denied it. Ronnie said, is that the point where she lost it? And he said, that it... Oh, goodness. And he said that it was the point when Shanann started crying. Christopher asked his dad what was going to happen. Ronnie asked if Shanann was upset over the separation or the affair. He said he believed she thought he was having an affair. Christopher kept denying the affair to Shanann. He said he had talked to her prior about separating, but Shanann hoped they could go to counseling. Christopher said he didn't want to go to counseling. He kept denying the affair to Shanann. Christopher told his dad, this will be the last time I will see the light of day. Yes, it will. You damn Skippy. You got that right, Christopher Lee Watts. You got that right, Christopher Watts. You got that right. This will be the last time I will see the light of day. He know that. Ronnie questioned why Shanann would have to hurt them babies. He continued to apologize to Christopher and told him he would love him no matter what. Ronnie asked Christopher if the FBI agents knew about what happened, and he said he wanted to be the one to tell him, Ronnie, first. Ronnie said, well, we need to get a good lawyer and find out what the hell they can do. Huh? Nothing. He's a murderer. And just admitted it. At that point, the FBI agents re-entered the interview room, and Ronnie said, come on in. The agent asked if Christopher was doing okay, and Ronnie answered, no, he is not. The agent sat next to Chris and said, help us work through everything. The agent asked him to tell him everything he shared with his dad. He said after he and Shanann had their conversation Monday morning, Shanann accused him of the affair and he denied it. He said Shanann knew in her heart that he was having an affair. He said she also knew about the dinner on Saturday night and that it was too expensive for just him. He said he went downstairs and started packing up some things and heard a couple of things upstairs. He said he didn't think anything about the noise. He said he continued packing and went back upstairs to talk to Shanann before he left for work. He said that he saw in the baby monitor that Bella's covers were pulled off and she was lying on the bed. He figured she was just hot. He said the baby monitor cycled over to Celeste's bedroom and Shanann was in there with her, on top of her. He said he freaked out and ran into Celeste's bedroom and got on top of Shanann. He said Celeste was blue and those were my babies. Those were my kids. The agent asked him then what happened and he said, I did the same thing to her. He said he was in Celeste's room when he did the same thing to her. He then said he put her back in their bed. He said he didn't know what to do and he was shaking. He said both of my kids were blue and they were gone. And then I'm just like, I'm not that person. Like, she hurt my kids. Fuck. I had to do the same thing to her. The agent asked him what happened after Shanann was in her bed, and he said I pulled the sheets back over her and covered her up because I couldn't look at her. I felt horrible for what I did. Then I look at my kids and I see what she did. The agent asked Christopher where Shanann and the girls were located now and told him they needed to find his babies. She told him they could help him get them out of the cold. Christopher said they're gone. They're not getting them back. There's no getting them back. Oh my God. He said there's no getting them back. Ugh, what a piece of shit. I can't stand him, y'all. She asked him where they were, and he said they were at the first location he went to work that day, which was Survey 319. She asked him where they were located at Survey 319, and he said right there off the site. She asked him how he picked the location, and he said it was the first site he was going to go to that morning. She asked him where they could find the girls at that site, and he said, I don't know what to do. I didn't know what to fucking do. Like, none of this makes sense. Why would she hurt my fucking girls? She then asked him if his girls were in something or under the ground. He just sat there and did not answer, so she asked him if he would take them out there. Christopher said there was no way he wanted to go out there. He said he would go if we wanted him to, but he didn't want to go out there. They had a map of the site, and the agent asked him if he could point to where the girls were located, and then we could get them out of the cold. Christopher said he was sorry and then began to cry. He then asked the agents not to think anything less of him. Oh my gosh. The agent asked him if all three girls were out at Survey 319, and he said yes. The agent asked Christopher what Shanann was doing to Celeste, and he said she was on top of her with her hands around Celeste's neck. She asked him if he actually saw it, and he said yes. He saw it on the baby monitor. He said that is when he ran into Celeste's bedroom and threw Shanann off of Celeste. He said that she was already blue and not moving. He said he went into a blind rage, liar, and did the same thing to Shanann. The agent asked Christopher if he ever went into Bella's room, and he said after he put Shanann back in their bed, he saw Bella on the baby monitor, and he just knew by the way she was sprawled out. She asked him if that's when he packed up their blankets and animals, and he said yes. She asked him how he got the girls out to the Survey 319, and he said he took them out there in his truck. He said he put Shanann and the girls right behind his driver's seat. She asked Christopher what he was thinking, and he said he was thinking that the girls are gone, and he put his hands around Shanann's neck and did the same thing to her. She asked him if Shanann fought back, and he said not much because he had a lot of rage. The agent asked him how he knew Shanann was dead, and he said because she wasn't moving. Ronnie asked the FBI agent to look at Shanann's Facebook page. He explained that 2 days ago, Shanann posted a photograph of a 5-foot-tall baby doll that was lying on the couch. He said the doll was completely covered with a sheet, Ronnie said. I'm thinking this might have been planned. I don't know. Ooh, wow. He said the caption read, "What do you say about this?" He said the sheet covered the doll's head and the only thing sticking out was its feet. Shanann commented that Bella had put the sheet on the doll. He then said a child wouldn't do such a thing. The agent asked Christopher if he recalled this incident. He said Shanann made fun of it and thought it was funny. The agent asked him if Bella did it, and he said he couldn't recall. Ronnie said he was around Bella and she would only cover her dolls up to their stomach. He said he never saw Bella cover a doll's head like it was a body. Oh my goodness. Christopher looked at the agents and said he was sorry for lying to them. The agents looked at him and said, "You're a good man." Ew. And Christopher immediately replied, "I'm not a good man." "No, you're not, Christopher Watts. You're an evil man. You're a monster. You're the devil." The agent told him he stayed even though he knew it was going to be difficult. Christopher said, "I've been here for 6 hours and 11 minutes so far." "Yeah, now you're going to be there for life, sucker." Murderer. Baby murderer, wife murderer. I can't. Ronnie said he could understand rage coming out if you saw your kids dead. Christopher told his dad he didn't understand what it felt like to see your girls blue in the face. The agent told Christopher his dad was going to love him no matter what. Psh, ridiculous. He looked at his dad and asked him how he could love someone who just killed his wife. Christopher said nothing will ever be the same again. Got that right, bub. The agent asked if Shanann was on top of Celeste when he got into the room. He said yes. Ronnie asked him if Shanann's hands were around Celeste's throat, and Christopher said he didn't know what to do. The agent asked him if he tried to save Celeste, and he said it was too late. She was already blue in the face, and she was not moving. He said her head was just lying over limp like that. The agent told Chris it was very important to know where he put the girls at the oil well site, and he said, "I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what else to do. I was so scared. It's like my wife just did this, and I just did that. What do I do? Anything that I would do from there was just going to be just a fucking, just insensitive and a horrible thing." The agent told him he was in a tough spot. The agent told Christopher if he would show them where the girls were located. He asked, "What's going to happen?" The agent told him they were going to help get the girls out of there. She asked him if he preferred one of his co-workers go out there, and he said, "Oh my God, no, no." The agent told him, "Everyone thinks of you as a good man, but they will say, 'What the fuck did you do, Chris? Why didn't you just tell the cops to begin with?" He said he could not have his co-workers show them out to the oil well site because they were just going to form their own opinions about him once they figure everything out. The agent told him that they were still his babies and he didn't want someone else to find them out there. He agreed to show them where they were located at the site. The agents told him they needed to step out of the room to get some things ready. Ronnie said he would stay in the room with Christopher. While the agents were out of the room, Ronnie told Christopher he was so sorry. He replied, "I didn't know what the fuck to do. This is just fucking horrible," he said. "The problem is I don't even know if they police believe me or not." Ronnie said, "I know you'd never do nothing to hurt no children. Never. That was your life right there, those little girls." "Yeah, right, Daddy Watts. Shut the fuck up." Zip it. Like, shut the fuck up. Excuse my language. Christopher said his mom always said Shanann was an unstable person. Ugh, if we're going to listen to Cindy Watts. Ugh. But he never believed in a million years that could happen. Ronnie said he was asked if he believed Shanann could ever do anything to hurt Bella and Celeste, and he told them no. Herself? Maybe. Ronnie said he did not have a clue Shanann could do such a thing. Christopher asked his dad, "Why did this happen to me? Why did this happen to him?" Chris Watts asked his dad, "Why did this happen to me? Why did this happen to him?" Him murdering his pregnant wife and 2 baby daughters. He wanted to know why did this happen to him. Oh my goodness. Why did this happen to those little girls? Ronnie told him he was sorry. What? this dysfunctional family. Ronnie told Christopher he would get a lawyer and see what they could do. They can't do shit. What are you talking about, Mr. Watts? Daddy Watts over here. He asked him if Shanann killed both of the girls while they were sleeping. He answered, yep. Christopher said, I emotionally drove her to do something stupid. Ronnie said it wasn't his fault. Ugh! And not to blame himself for it. You see, that's the problem right there. What are you talking about? Ronnie Watts, you idiot. Scumbag, piece of shit. Dirtbag, piece of dog shit on the bottom of my shoe. He said, it's all I can do right now. Ronnie said they would probably call it's a crime of passion, he replied. Are you nuts? I don't know, like, just because I hit it. That's the thing. That broke the camel's back right there. I didn't just call the police right after it happened. Christopher asked Ronnie if he told his mother yet, and Ronnie said no. He told Ronnie that Shanann had a temper, and 1 minute she would be okay, and the next minute she would be not okay. I would never be okay if I was married to that prick. Ronnie asked him what Shanann said that morning when he told her everything. He said Shanann asked him why and why he wanted to give up. He said Shanann told him, fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you. That's right. Fuck you. Ronnie continued to question Christopher why Shanann would have taken everything out on the girls. Christopher said, I've ruined everyone's life, including our family and friends. Yes, you did. He asked Ronnie if he should call his foreman and let him know he would be coming out to the oil well site. Oh, this wackadoodle do. Ronnie asked him if they could just describe where Shanann and the girls were instead of going out there, and he replied no. Ronnie asked about the babies, and Christopher said that's what I feel horrible about. They're in a freaking oil tank. Ugh, I didn't know what else to do. Christopher said, please God, forgive me for everything. Ronnie said, babies, babies, babies. Christopher replied by saying, they're gone. Oh my God. Christopher and Shanann took everything out on the girls because of him. Christopher told Ronnie he didn't know how unstable Shanann was. Ronnie replied that his wife Cindy believed she was unstable, a narcissist, and bipolar. Yes, indeed. I'm so happy Cindy Watts thinks she's a fucking psychologist around here, a psychiatrist. Who gave her an MD behind her name, PhD? Like, get the hell out of here. What are you talking about, you bag of dog shit, you piece of shit? Like, I can't with these people. I don't care what people say. I don't like them Watts. And that's that. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. Woo, we're on a roll on Friday, my beautiful subscribers. We just finished chapter 18. Whoop, whoop. We're going to get through this book this weekend, y'all. I'm telling you, it's almost done. I'm telling you, we're more than halfway through. Next video will be chapter 19. Hope everybody's having a great day. Happy Friday. Love y'all.